Linda Cardellini, you play Judy in the show. I've seen some people say that from that name alone, they know that your character is going to be kind of wild. Do you agree with that?
That's funny. No, all the Judys I know are very straight and narrow. Like they're like, I don't know, they're kind of more square. Interesting.
Yeah. What do you say that people recognize you most for these days?
I actually been getting a lot of a lot of Judy. But I think probably Freaks and Geeks and maybe Scooby-Doo. Yeah. I don't know why. What would you think it was?
I just feel like Freaks and Geeks was so long ago.
It was a million years ago. Yes.
Rule breaking, no.
Maybe that's wishful thinking. I'm just like hoping people still think of me like
We're about the rules.
If you were nominated at the Emmys for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series, what episode would you submit as your showcase?
Oh God.
Being courageous.
That's a tough one. There's so much that goes on in every episode. I'm not quite sure. That's a good question. I guess I should maybe think about that.
Sure. What did you learn from working with Ed Asner?
He's a pro. I mean, he really is. And the incredible thing about him is there's nothing that slows his mind down. He's really right there with you when you're improvising. And he has just this presence where he can be funny, he can be smart, he can be all of these, there's a certain gravity to what he says and a warmth that only he has. It's just really a special gift that he has to be that present and funny.
No, you don't know your episode, but what would you say is your favorite moment from the first season?
I have a lot of them. I would say there's a lot of. I really like the scene that I have with Deanna, who plays our detective, where there's something that I'm about to confess that it's not exactly what we think I'm about to confess, but I think that part is really fun. Judy kind of getting the words out. That's one of my favorite scenes that I got.
All right, well, thanks for chatting.
I feel very lucky to be in the generation.
Great. So if you're nominated at the Emmys this year for Outstanding Lead Actress, what episode would you submit from the first season as Player Showcase?
I mean, the ones that I love the most, like for me, like the ones that I enjoyed the most. That's how I can pick it. I can't be like, that was really fantastic.
Well,
I do love the pilot.
Don't wear
I love when we go
again this year.
And I love the episode that I got to dance.
And we're in Las Vegas.
The confession happens because that was such a really beautifully done.
Yeah, I'm wondering about that confession.
Yeah, in the show. It's about
very much
the
a
show
wordless
within the show
reaction
in Vegas.
What did it actually
in that
say?
Show, yes, there's a wedding.
Just say.
And yeah,
and at one point, like
it's kind
Liz
of about
came out because I was like,
doing
listening to it as if I heard it for the first time, and
finding our power as
what she's saying.
creators,
And I guess I had had a physical reaction, and Liz, who's our showrunner and creator, she just came out. She goes, "I want to see. Don't move." And I was like, okay. So I just sat there with that big impact of like,
I'm still flying myself to Los Angeles every year. Coach middle seat.
We never really see him though.
But
why not? How did that affect your performance?
So that we're not focused on the dead, we're focused on the living.
yeah, I was raised
him as a character out.
half lost,
It makes him
which
more of a
means
mystery.
like you're
Because if we showed his face, you may have liked something in his eyes, and then you wouldn't be so angry at him about Bambi. It's like you had to just have him eating someone's imagination.
But it's
So you're an executive producer on the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
Why choose your part over Linda Cardellini?
Thanks.
Oh,
Thank
I thought they
you.
wanted me for Judy.
Okay.
So then when they came to me, I thought, oh, of course they would want me for Judy. And Liz came to my house. She's like, no, you're a Jen. I was like, oh, and I asked him.
All right. Well, thanks very much for chatting.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
I think for me, the biggest rule, it was more of a tacit rule, not like necessarily an outspoken rule, which is that as a woman, as a producer, you say yes and you try to please at all turns, especially when it comes to getting notes from studio and network or Netflix, as this case may be. But I think for me, the rule that I had to break to make the show I wanted to was to say no, to learn to say no. There were, certain times in making the show, especially with having such an angry lead character, that there was some fear around how angry she was. and there was fear that she wouldn't be likable. You know, this was before we knew Christina Applegate was playing it.
So just based on what was on the page.
Yeah, just they were scared. And so I had to say, no, she's a person who deserves to be angry. She has every right to be angry. And, you know, for me, I wouldn't allow myself to be that angry in real life as a person, but God, it felt good to give that to a character, and it felt good to be like, you're gonna let her be this angry. And
it's why the show works.